Hello, guys. Everybody out there today. I hope I got a young lady coming on who lived a horrible life. Uh, she's been clean of heroin 9 years now, but she fears the whole world. She thinks people are going to kill her and everything. It's sad. She was held for prostitution. Uh, she had a horrible life, God bless her. So hopefully her coming on to tell her story today is going to really help her to live a good life. She's going to be covered up, her face, with a mask and everything. Hi, Gary. Because she's so scared of retribution for her life. Stay tuned. I'm glad you're all tuning in. God bless. Okay, Jane Doe, I invited you on, Jane. Hey, Bobby. Hey, Jane Doe, I invited you on. Is all you got to look at your wall and accept it. If not, you can go on the bottom of this feed and invite yourself on. I sent you a request, honey. Look at it and accept. Do you hear me? Or just start watching with all these green and I can get you to come on. Are you there, sweetheart? Where you at, sweetheart? Hi, Tyler. How are you, buddy? Hi. I'm glad you tuned in. This girl is very courageous. She's coming on. I love this girl. Hi, sweetheart.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good.
Are you nervous?
Yeah, very, very, very nervous.
I'm very proud of you. This is gonna, this
Ooh.
will really help your life to go in another direction that you would never expect it to go because you got to release all this off your mind so you can live a great life for your children. And God will give you all the protection you need once you get this off your mind. And I just want to say you're very courageous. So, people, we're going to call her Jane Doe. And it was good to where it got bad and where it got good. Where you going, sweetheart? I think she got scared. Are you okay, sweetheart? Where did you go?
Sorry.
All right, you can
I'm
jump
sorry
in.
about that.
That's okay. Listen, take your time. It's your story. Take your time and start telling it. You're going to be okay. I love you. And I promise you, nothing is ever going to happen to you in this world. Take your time. You can cry if you want. You can kick if you want. Just start your story and tell the people what you want to say. It's going to help people heal, and you're going to heal better. Take over.
Okay. Um, I was almost 14 and my parents, well, my mom and my stepdad were getting ready to separate and went over to a friend's house and they had some friends there. Well, one of the guys asked me to try this pill and he said it was a Norco. I said, all right. It turned out it wasn't. It was what they call a Molly. And I mean, I'm from Chicago, so that's all I can say about it. I mean, but it ended up being more, and I ended up having to do it all the time, and I hid it from my family. My family actually just found out about like 2 years ago that I've been clean for a while. Um, I did things, bad things, horrible things, horrible things. I was affiliated with 7 gangs. One I was actually involved with, but each gang made me do really bad things to help them. I've seen, oh my God, I've seen so much. Um, they told me when I was 15 that my first child was going to be theirs because of things I had done. And I decided that it was not a good idea, but I couldn't get out of it. So when I got pregnant at 16, I was freaking out, tried to run, didn't work. I ended up being around for another 2 years, and I was moving from town to town, trying to hide. I got an opportunity to. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I got an opportunity to leave, but the problem was I was still on it. I mean, I was only off of it long enough to have my baby, and well, I ended up leaving. And I moved to Virginia, and I had a really violent husband, and he was feeding me it, telling me I had to take it, and I was being raped all the time, and it was I can go into massive detail on it, but I don't know if people want to hear that sort of stuff.
Yeah, give it real. No names, give it real.
Okay, well, the worst one that ever happened was whenever he had tied me up and kept on feeding me this pill. He kept on telling me I need to take this pill, and I knew what it was because I was taking it anyways. And he continued to rape and beat me, and I was laying there in my own blood all night. And he kept it up, kept it up, kept it up. And then around 5 in the morning, he started pounding on me, told me I needed to clean up my mess. And my babies walked in while I was covered in blood, and there was blood everywhere on the bed. And I had to get him back to bed, and then he got mad because I had to get them back to bed. And I went to the bathroom to clean up myself finally, and he grabbed me and threw my head into the countertop and did it all over again. And told me it was a punishment because I left before I finished cleaning. Um, I've been running and running and going to different states to hide my babies because every single time somebody finds me, they start pushing to get my daughter. It's like I can't get away from it. And she's doing so good right now, and everything. I mean, I did everything I could to pay my freedom and everything, and it didn't work. And all in all, I still couldn't get off the heroin. I still couldn't get off the pills. I was taking so much. Well, they ended up after I went back to Chicago, they ended up forcing me to start dancing because I had to pay all this stuff to take care of my family as well as my drug habit. And uh well, it was a new bar and everything, and I had to go with certain guys and stuff like that. I even was forced to do pornography as well, um, because I had to pay for stuff, and they wanted me to do it. Otherwise, I wasn't going to get what I needed. All the while, they kept on feeding me the heroin and stuff like that, and it was just so hard to get away. And I'm actually trying to put this more in a like PG-13 aspect. I really feel if I go too deep into depth, I don't think I'll be able to handle it too much.
Take care of yourself, yeah.
And well, my first husband ended up taking everything from me, and I had to literally drug him with a sleeping pill in order to run away. And I stole the $60 out of his wallet in his car, and I took all 4 of our kids and we just ran. And I was so high that, oh my God, it was not even funny. I don't even know how I drove. He had made me do so much. Kept on telling me, take these pills, take these pills, take these pills. And I know what they were. They were Molly's, and which is heroin, because he got them from Chicago and stuff. And I would actually melt out the heroin down and put it in sugar cubes so that I could just take it. It was so bad. And he tried to get my oldest daughter, give my oldest daughter to them, and everything. And he took my son and my kid. He tried to drown my son, everything. And if I didn't do it, um, finally I had enough, and I was trying to quit. It was back in 2011, and he shoved my baby, who was 2, underwater and held him there because I wouldn't take it. And I got extremely upset, and I started fighting because I was watching him drown our son. And he came at me, and I grabbed a razor blade, and it was the only thing I could do. I ended up committed for a couple days because of that. Got out. First thing he did was got me so messed up it wasn't even funny. I don't even know how I function most of the time. And whenever I finally ran away and everything like that, I went home, and I'm sorry, I'm like talking in circles because this is so bad. I'm sorry. Okay.
Take your time.
Well, my sister and my mother and all them, whenever I was with them, just they didn't believe the shit was going on. I was like, really? I kept on calling. He had my phone tapped where if I said the wrong word, it automatically shut up. Shut off, and I wasn't allowed to talk longer than like 20 minutes. I had no escape whatsoever. That's why I had to drug him, and I feel bad for it, but I had to save my babies. I knew what I was doing, and I knew it was wrong, but living like that, it just, I couldn't handle it. And when I was in the dancing and stuff like that, I would get so much of it, and I'd melt it down and put it all over sugar cubes. And I'm sorry if this upsets anybody. And I would take handfuls of them because I couldn't function with it without it, and I would drink so much because I couldn't do it. And my daughter told me she was gonna be just like me. My oldest did, and that's when I realized I had to get the hell away from Chicago. I off, and I left, and that was when I got clean in 2012. Thank God for that. Oh my God. And it was so horrible coming off of it, coming off the pills and the heroin. I was taking heroin pills, I was doing meth, I was doing anything to just just stop the pain. And I mean, I started back when I was younger because my fucking stepdad did the same shit to me. As soon as they got freaking, my mom and him got split up, it was, come lay in my bed, come do this with me, come do that with me. And I had to do it, otherwise he was going to kill my family. He held a gun in my head, he shot at the floor, shot at my mother, told me he was going to kill her. And that's my stepdad. That's the man that adopted me. He was supposed to be there for me. And he didn't. So that's where, like, it all started back then. And I just went into another abusive relationship, and I just kept on going, kept on going. And whenever I finally got clean, I felt so good, so proud of myself. But I ended up losing everything. And and I'm fighting. I found out when I was 23 that I had a heart condition. They think it's partially due to the drugs. I have a tachycardia. They uh, they asked me if I wanted to do an exploratory surgery. I said no because the chances of my survival are very slim. Um, I ended up getting HPV with all the stuff I had to do for these guys to get what I needed and to get money for my kids, and I ended up uh, losing the ability. They ended up having to do a full hysterectomy. I was dying. I had stage 3 cervical and uterine cancer because of it, because of the HPV, and I'm on medication now for the rest of my life due to my heart. Uh, I I've done this alone for a very long time, and I know my story can get out there, and I know I'm talking in circles, but trust me, guys, it's not good. Don't do it. Don't go near it. I lost my best friend to it. He decided he was going to do it one more time, and it killed him. I mean, because seriously, everybody needs to understand that this is the best thing for you just to stop. My kids all had a little bit in their system whenever they were younger because I didn't know I was pregnant, and once I found out I was pregnant, I quit. Luckily, I was able to do that. I've quit several times, but I couldn't stay clean until I met my husband, and he's great. He doesn't realize how much he's helped me out. They don't like hearing this. That's why I'm glad we're doing it now because he's at work. Uh, I felt so freaking alone, and I was so lost, and I couldn't stop. I just kept on wanting that feeling, wanting that pain to go away. I had friends that would use the needle, and they could just drop just because they were so high, and I always said I wouldn't do the needle because of that. But it doesn't matter what way you do it; it's still the same. And these gangs have been very persistent over the years, and I know my thing says Amanda Potter on there and stuff like that, but it's okay. We can call me. We can say it. I know, right? Can't hide with it whenever you go live. I just I'm willing to answer any questions, and I'm willing to be here for people. Everybody to know that yes, the physical abuse, everything, these movies that people set up, like Sleeping with the Enemy and all that stuff, everything, all that violent stuff, burning bed and everything like that, all that stuff is actually true. It truly happens. It's so dangerous out there. These people make you do things you don't want to do, make you, because they tell you you can't do it, you can't get money or you can't get help or anything like that. They start off with your weaknesses, and it don't matter how, and then on top of it, you're always weak on it. My father, he was also a druggie, and he ended up dying from it as well, and it's like it's not a very good situation. I mean, my family has bad history of it, and now I have to hide my kids, and I have to hide most of me, and I have to stay away from it, and it's been very hard. I I don't know what else to say. I'm sorry. I didn't realize talking about this would make me this upset.
Sure, it will. You're getting a lot of stuff out. You can keep going. You're doing a great job, and you're dealing with a lot of emotions here. So you got to understand, your head's going to go around in circles, sweetheart. But you're doing great. This is going to be so good for you.
This is the first time I've ever said anything, so
It's
I
so
apologize.
No, don't apologize for nothing. You're doing so good at getting it out. And I know in this life, if we can affect one person and make change, we did our job. And I know this is going to change one person because it's a beautiful story, and it shows people courage that you can survive anything if you're persistent and keep fighting. It's a hard fight, and you fought fearlessly. I call you a lion. I can't believe you're still here today. God bless you.
Well, there's been several times whenever I was with my first husband that I almost left because I couldn't handle it. I was so messed up. I had taken too many, and it was just too much. He wouldn't stop hitting me, and I just wanted to disappear. I just wanted to go. I thought it was the only way I could get out of the situation. He made me feel completely trapped,
Yeah, because
and it's not a good feeling. And whenever he goes after, people go after your kids, you have to do whatever you can to stop it.
so, guys, any man out there trying to give people drugs and force it in them, like, they're pieces of shit. So, everybody out there, young people, you don't want to start getting into this game. Listen to my friend here. It's too late when you get into it. It's going to take years to come out of it. So don't start. The best life in the world is sober and clean. This is the first time in my life at 53 years I'm totally happy, and there's nothing in my system. And if any of you got any questions out there, please ask, because you don't know when you get the opportunity for someone special to come along like this again, guys. uh, uh, so you finally got a man, someone that don't beat you and hurt you, hey?
Yeah. Well,
God bless
so
you.
temper, but he joined our
Yeah.
group
Did he?
to.
Good.
He was an alcoholic, so he joined the group to get clean because
Okay.
I was well and I couldn't handle it. And I mean, he was able to. I mean, we split for about a little over a month because of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Uh, just I always make sure, man, that you put yourself first. Don't put him ahead of you ever, or your children. Make sure you're first. Don't let no man ever come between your children and you. Make sure you're first for everything, you know and make sure he's aware. Don't even let him yell at you ever, because you don't deserve it. No more should any man yell at you. You've been through too much in your life, and that's enough. You got to put you first, sweetheart, because you don't need nobody in this world, only your children. And by speaking
honest,
like this, you're going to have a lot of more new friends, honey.
up until I met you, I thought I was completely and utterly alone. To be honest,
God
I mean,
bless you.
tried, I tried really hard, but and he did meth as well for a long time, and he got really sick from it and almost killed him.
Yeah.
And clean from that. So I mean, we have a lot in common,
Yeah.
but we don't. Like I mean, we he still don't quite understand because he never went to my extreme.
Yeah.
To have my friend whenever I was living in Virginia. I used to have my friend in Chicago mail packages of sugar cubes, and they were covered with heroin and acid, and I
Yeah.
would take them constantly, and I couldn't quit. I'd take handfuls of the thing, handfuls after handfuls, and I hated it, but at the same time I loved it because it took away the pain and I could be somebody different.
Yeah. Sure.
And and I'm sorry if I make anybody want feel like they want
No,
something, but
no, that don't matter.
I mean, I'm very proud that I'm getting ready to go on my 8th year clean. Getting ready to start that. Uh, but my kids are very proud of me on it. Um, they've been through a lot as well. They've seen a lot and been just as tortured as me. His fears end up following down my footsteps. I have to keep them away from the Chicago area.
And I find with kids, I always be honest with them because they're very smart. Let them know what you've done, and I always let them know the dangers of it. And just keep them educated, and that's a good way to keep them going. Just keep them educated, and I'm always going to be here from you from now on. I'm gonna work with you special, and I'm gonna get you to a place where you're going to be happy, I hope, because you deserve it, sweetheart. You're a strong lady. To be almost 8 years clean, boy to God, you really don't know how strong you are. You're a powerful person.
I mean, I've slept with others, but I have not slept with the heroin. I've stayed
Yeah,
clean away.
yeah, yeah,
Fortunately, I'm literally only like maybe a month or so clean from meth.
yeah. Okay. I'm glad you're honest, and we get working on that. Let's try to get you clean from everything. I know it's hard, but it's not impossible. Long
The
as
night
you,
makes it so hard. I have nightmares all the time from everything that happened.
yeah.
And there's nights where I can't sleep at all.
Do you